What's up guys, welcome back to the Jaff Apes channel. Thank you very much for all your support and tuning in once again. Before we kick off with this review, just letting you know that it's an educational channel only. I do not sell any vaping products, and if you're under the ages of 18 or 21, depending on which country you're from, please don't continue watching this content as it's for adults only. Now we've got that aside, what are we looking at? We're going to be looking at the Noctua RTA by Mod's House. Big shout out to Tony for sending this for the purpose of this review. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And I've got to say, really good RTA. So you'll see it. We're going to put a build in it, and then we'll come back up and we'll share pros, cons, and of course, give it a rating. So let's go down and do our thing. This is the packaging that the Noctua RTA by Mod's House comes in. Let's unbox it and check what's inside. You get some spare O-rings, grub screws, and also the rubber seal that goes in the top of the RTA. So this is where your e-liquid will go through. A spare glass that will give you the capacity of up to 3 ml of e-liquid. And then the airflow pins. Now this has a pre-installed 3mm pin in the RTA. However, you've got a 2.5 here, and then you've got a 0.8. Now I was going to take all of these out and show you everything because yeah, it would just be very, very messy if I did that. So I'm just going to show you it this way and give you a little look. Now you can knock this down to 0.8, however you can also do 1.0, 1.2, 1.5, 1.8 and 2.0. Now to use these pins to notch it down to this airflow, you've got one pin here which is the 0.8. At the top you've got a screw fitted little airflow pin here. So that's that top one here, really tight, as you can see, look how tight that is. Now set that aside. If you want to use, say, the 2.0, you're just going to pop that into the top here and screw that down. It can be a little tricky if you've got big fingers like myself, but you get it. It's very simple, very easy to put together. Yeah, not too bad. So at least you can knock this down to 0.8 and onwards up to 3.0. So happy days with that one. We'll take that one back out. I'm just going to make sure that I put it at the right fitting where it should go. There we go, pop that in. And I must say the threading on this is not too bad. It's not too bad. Of course, it's a struggle with me because I've got big fingers, but once you get it locked in there, it's easy to sort out. And then that's it. So I'm not going to use this. We're going to keep the 3mm installed, but we will take it apart and I'll show you how to fit it. So happy days. Let's move on. And of course you'll get the RTA. It's made of stainless steel. It is a 22mm, made for your MTL and your RDL vaping. Now in terms of height, it's 37.2mm. That's without the drip tip. The Pyrex glass can hold up to 3 ml of e-liquid, so plenty there for your vaping experience. So it's quarter ton, and it falls right off. We'll put that aside and we'll look at it in a second. But yeah, drip tip here. You've got a 510 drip tip. This does come apart, so you can unscrew that. Threading is pretty well on this. And you've got 2 O-rings. Then you've got your top cap. Now you can see parts here, 4 parts here that are cut in. Round here, you've got your O-ring. Now be careful with this because it does kind of come off, but once it's sealed, it's all good. So just make sure you've always got that in place when you're cleaning it out or replacing the e-liquid or whatever you're doing. Then you've got the bottom part of the tank. So like we said, we've got a replacement seal with this. So that's the one that's installed already. E-liquid goes down there. Airflow releases from this side. At the bottom, let's see what we've got. We've got Mod's House, we've got the serial number there, and a 3mm pin, which we're going to take apart. But let's unscrew this off. It's very easy to take off. Threading it is very, very nice. Take that off. Let's take a look in here. That does pop out. Inside the chamber, as you can see, nicely does it. I think it's got the perfect amount of room, nice and condensed. The flavour is so intense with this little thing. I love it. So yeah, Pyrex glass, that's how you'll replace it. Pop that in and it's good to go. Just make sure that you've got your O-rings on there when you're replacing the glass as well. Set that aside. Let's take a look at the deck. Now, the deck, very nice style of deck here. Beautifully machined as well. It is flathead screws. And let's take a deeper look into this. You can see all the way around your posts here, so you can put the coil in any direction, which is good. In there, and that's the machining looking good. At the bottom, we've already had a look, but we're going to take this screw out and I'm going to show you how to take that apart. Now, when you do take this screw out, some of atomizers out there, it takes the post off and everything and separates it all, but this doesn't do that. You can literally have a build in this and take the screw out and You can do that anytime you want without messing up the coil or moving the post or anything. So you can just unscrew that like this. Threading's very well done on this as well. Pop that out. It's a 3mm. There's your large pin there. 3mm, as you can see. Comes through on the side, underneath, and right into the coil. So that's how the airflow works. But yeah, let's take a look. So you can see the posts don't come off at all with the screw out. So we're going to just pop this back in. Just make sure always your peak insulator's in there as well. Pop that in. Give this a little screw back in. There we go. Now your juice flow control is controlled by this here. As you can see, this knurled little spinny wheel here, that controls your airflow. So, sorry, your e-liquid. So just open it, so you turn it left to open it, and right to close it. And it's nice and smooth as well. Let's see if this comes apart. That comes right off. So you can take this completely off to clean it, which is good. Now let's pop this back on. Get that on like that. There's 2 screws sticking out that's going to go in this little part here. So just make sure that kind of lines up and you'll be fine. And it just falls into place. No hassle there whatsoever. Fully opens and closes. So let's get a build in this and see how this little thing performs. Now today we're going to be using some lightning bolts. These are by Dave Watman, Ni80 2.5mm. Dave Watman's lightning bolts, which get a 0.3 resistance from this. That's Dave Watman's lightning bolts. Let's get them installed. Now I've already unscrewed this from both sides, so I can just screw that back down. Just make sure the coil is center. Once it's center, screw this down. And make sure this is positioned right. There we go. That should do. Now let's snip the legs off, pop these up. Give that a little snip. And this side as well. Now both legs have been snapped off. I've clipped them off and it's pretty smooth. Maybe just a little bit in here I just need to take off, which we'll get to. Sometimes you can unscrew it and just pop in the coil if you want to, but we should be okay. We're going to test this out anyway with the cap on about the chamber, and we'll see if it fires away. Let's just pop this on quickly before we start pulsing, just to make sure this is going to go on okay. So screw this back on. Always good to check your RBAs and stuff before you start firing away. It's firing away, so I know I'm not going to get a short, so happy days. Let's take this off. Now we know we're not going to get a short. Let's get this pulsed. So hold in at 10 watts. Get this going. Light little strum there. It's changing colour, so I'm going to take this up to 12 watts now. A little bit too high there. 12 watts, and then we'll go up in increments of 2. Now we're going to take this up to 33 watts just to see how it powers at 33 watts, what we'll probably be vaping at, just to see if there's any hidden hotspots. There are some hotspots in the centre there that I can see, but I've just given it a little strum and it's sorted itself out. There's one in here. That's it gone. Happy days. There's also one in there. You always have to be careful and get these hotspots out. And you can also give it a little pinch. Sometimes that sorts it out as well. Looks good now. So sometimes you can give it a little pinch, it moves the coil and can get rid of your hotspots for you. But this is looking good to me so far. And there's a lovely colour off that coil as well. This is where I've got the coil positioned. I think it works fine for me at this height. But you do what suits you. If you like the coil lower or higher, that's totally up to yourself. But this works for me. Now let's get some Maviton cotton in here and see how we get on. So I've got some Maviton here and we're just going to open this up a little. Got these seeds out. It's Maviton R that I should say. So this is the seedless version of Maviton. But I think that little bit there shall do us more than enough for this little thing. Open that up. And just to be fussy, I'm just going to trim off the loose little cotton fibres off. So let's see if we get a crackle off this little thing. I've opened this cotton, so it's pretty much see-through. You can see right through it. We'll really open that up, and then we'll bring it back in on itself. But look at that. That's it. That looks perfect. Now get this back in. Don't put too much pressure on the cotton. Just lightly roll it in. And you're good to go. Now we're just going to give it a little twist at the end. And then you can just give it a little rub like that. Should do the trick. Pop that in here. Feed it through. Give it a little movement. You're all good. Now, where we're going to cut this is we are literally going to cut that right up here where the part where the juice flow goes in. So cut along there, right along here on this side. Don't cut there or there. I've tried both and it's just not performing the way I want it to. So cut it about here where the juice flow is. So if we cut along there where the juice flow is, little snip. Do the same on this side. A little snip there as well. Now we're going to tidy this up because one side's longer than the other and I don't like that. Pop that out. There we go. Now, time to fan this out and get this all prepared. Got my little dental tool. So let's open this up. It's already nice and thin anyway, so we're just going to trim the tops. So I've already opened this all up. There we go. Now we're just going to trim it and give it a little snip. Just a little amount. Just, yeah, kind of slight angle, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to take some of this off, some of the loose little bits at the side there. Just nice to get little bits off of it. And that should do. Might need to trim a little bit just from here. There we go. That's that done. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lift that and we're going to stick it into the wells because it's got two wells. So pop that in like that. Just be very gentle. Don't do it too much. That should do on that side. Now this side, do the same. Pop that in. Make sure there's enough cotton here at the bottom to hold that e-liquid. Last thing we want is a flooded out deck. Might come down a bit. Lovely. Let's just make sure the top part here is tucked in a bit as well. And it's nice and light. I've not put too much restriction on it. Well, strain I should say, on the cotton. But yeah, that should do the job. Now let's get this juiced up. We're going to use some of Bearded Brews. This is Orange Ya Glad. Beautiful orange ice cream. Love it. It's gorgeous. Mr. Tom does awesome with his e-liquids. So, let's say juice this up. A little bit juice there. Pulse. Bit juice there. Pulse. And again. You can hear that crackle. Nice little crackle there. Let's juice the rest of that cotton. It is Maviton, so it does take some time to saturate into the cotton with all this e-liquid. So give it a little moment. We can also put a little bit in there. That will kickstart the bottom part. Do the same on this side. I'm not pressing down in the cotton. I am just dabbing it with these little drops that I'm putting onto it. So we'll break in. There's other nice cotton out there. I've been trying some new Japanese organic cotton, which I actually got recently, and also some Fireball as well. So I'm testing out some cottons. Cloud9, of course, is good cotton, but Maviton for me is a definite win-win for me all the time. But the cotton I've received recently, I've just tested it out one time, and so far so good. But still, Maviton's king. Stick that in there. Lovely. This is crackling. Listen, guys. Now let's get the top cap on. So pop that on like that. Hold it, give it a little reverse thread just to find its place, and then give it a twist. There we go. Lovely. Now we're going to close this juice float off because we're going to fill it up. Always close it off when you're filling up your e-liquid, because what happens is if you don't, it can cause a flood out with the deck, and that's the last thing that you want to happen. As you can see, that does come off. It's so easy to take this off and replace it, but yeah, it comes off like that. And as you can see, it fits in. It's got all the cutouts and everything that you need to fit this in place. Give it a little push down, and that's it, all secure. Now let's get the top cap on. Get that on like that. Pop that on. I'm going to get that on top as well. We are going to be putting it onto the new mod, the Cust mod. It's an 18650. This is from Mod's House as well. Tony hooked me up. Now this will be reviewed very, very soon, so you will see the review for this mod, but it's only right so by putting this RTA on this mod because I've got it. So why not? Let's give you a little taster of this RTA on this mod first. So that was the Noctua RTA by Mod's House, and this is sitting on the beautiful Cust 18650. Mod's House mod. So really, really nice mod. It matches very, very well. So let's go up, test this, and see how we get on. Alright, so we've now unboxed the Noctua by Mod's House. This little thing is gorgeous, as you can see. It is beautiful. So let's test this, and then of course we'll share the pros, the cons, and give it a rating. So here we go. Let's give this a bang. So here we go. 3 watts. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous flavour. Now, of course, you see that small drip tip. Let's put a little bit of a wider drip tip in this because I've got the largest airflow pin that's in this. It's a 3mm. So let's pop this in. Got a bigger, wider drip tip, so the bore's wider in here. Let's give it a rip. So much better with a wider drip tip, of course, because I'm looking towards the RDL side of things on this RTA. But yeah, fantastic. Absolutely brilliant flavour profile. Pros and cons. Let's look at the cons first. What do I have to say about this RTA? Is there anything I dislike? It's always difficult these days because majority of RTAs, RDAs, RBAs, all these products that come out recently, well, you know, in the past couple of years, they've just been on point. They're really good kits out there. It's always difficult these days to find a con. You know, I really push these products when I test them out. Different coils, different e-liquids from 50/50 to 70/30, and just going through different heights of the coil as well. Different cotton, which I've been using, different cotton. Some of Cloud9 BP cotton, and Maviton, of course, my absolute favourite. And I've been trying some new stuff, which is the Japanese cotton that I got, and that's organic cotton. It's Sliver. And then I've also got this stuff here. Just recently got testing it out, and it's awesome. But yeah, testing this little thing out with different cottons, different coils, is always given me a good performing experience. I mean, I've had no issues with it. The cons for this, in all honesty, I don't have anything. The only thing I could see is just, if you could give a wider drip tip for the people that like a bit of a wider drip tip. That's my only thing that I would say, because this one's pretty small for a big lad like me. So I like a little bit of a wider drip tip. That's all I could say. It's not a con. It's just a bit of feedback in terms of the drip tips. Would be nice to have an extra one just to widen that up. But that aside, there is no cons. There really is no cons with this little thing. We'll look at the pros now. The pros, this thing is an absolute flavour banger. and it's performing so well. It's really good with fruit flavours in this. I love it with a fruit flavoured e-liquid. It's great with oranges, strawberry flavours, and the kiwi flavours that I've been using in this. Absolutely on point with fruits. Of course, desserts work so well with this as well. Beautiful flavour profile. I mean, custard's in this, gorgeous. But fruit flavours shine for me. I love the fruit flavour in this RTA. Other thing I will say is the design of it. I mean, you've got like that kind of knurled effect at the top and the bottom of this RTA, as you can see. Absolutely gorgeous. I love the you know, the branding at the front there. Love that. I'm all about that. I think it looks really good. Very easy to rotate and shut off the e-liquid control and then open it up as well. Now, as you had seen in the video, it's easy to build. Very, very easy to build. You don't need too much cotton, and it's just so easy to stick your coil in and you're good to go. Easy to change over the airflow and everything, all the airflow pins, so not a problem there. Like the top here. Oh! I like the top here, quarter turn, and it comes right off. Also, like the fact that Tony has given us another seal for the top there as well, for where the juice flow goes in at the top. So that's definitely a bonus that you've got a little spare one of those. Yeah, what else can I say? I mean, all in all, this thing is performing well, and it's just beautifully finished off. The threading's nice in this. There's no issues with it. There's no leaks. Yeah, absolutely top RTA for me. No issues there whatsoever. Absolutely on point. So let's look at the rating. What would I give this in terms of the build quality? I've got to say, I would give this a 10 out of 10 all-rounder for the build quality and the flavour, because I love the fact that this RTA, the designing of it, the knurled effect at the top and the bottom part here, and the branding's just on point. The threading in this, really good. It's nice and smooth. I've got no issues with it. It's very easy to build. Easy to change over the airflow pins and everything. I've had no issues with it. And the flavour just pops. Really, really pops. This is one for your collection. It really is. I have honestly a good experience using this. Very surprised when I received this and how good it actually looked. Saw some pictures and stuff, but when you have it in your hand, it's completely different. In terms of the, you know, with the designing of it. I mean, you'll find that with a lot of products, you look at pictures and then you have it in your hands and it's completely different. But yeah, really pleased with the style of this one. Absolutely love this. And this is leak proof as well. I've had no leakage or any issues at all. Obviously, that depends on the way you build. If you're going to like flood out the deck or what, but just yeah, you don't need too much cotton with this. I must say, you don't need too much. But we will be doing a review on the mod, the Cust mod, which is a cracking little mod. So yeah, that'll be uploaded very, very soon. And yeah, really good setup with this. Absolutely gorgeous setup. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. So that's about it with this review, guys. I hope this has been helpful for you in terms of the build and how you do a build in this little RTA, but also most importantly checking this out. I hope I've covered everything. If I've missed anything, I do apologise. But yeah, all in all, it's a winner for me. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please hit that like button. Show me some support. I'd really appreciate it for the Jaff Vapes channel. And also big shout out to Tony. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm a massive fan of your work, and I really appreciate you sending this off for a review. And I hope I've done this some justice and showed everything. If I've missed anything, I'm very sorry, Tony. But thank you guys. Take care, and I'll see you again in the next video.